Hello guys and welcome to Salesforce for Noobs. In this video I'm going to discuss how to respect object and field level security in Apex while doing DML operations. So this is the part 2 of how to respect object and field level security in Apex. If you haven't watched part 1, I would suggest you to watch it and then come back to this video. So in part 1 I'm discussing how to respect security while reading the data, and in this video we are focusing on doing DML operations. Okay. In the previous video, I showed you actually this custom form tab, and I showed you how this Lightning record form respects object and field level security by default, because I'm logged in now as Pink Elephant user, and the Pink Elephant user doesn't have edit access on amount. That's why I cannot type anything in amount, right? Yeah. So I have created here a new button which says create new opportunity, which is this one, and it calls create opportunity method, which function of JavaScript, which is calling create opportunity method of Apex. And I will explain what is going on here. So here we are just creating an opportunity record and then inserting it in user mode. So insert as user. Now what it does? It does the following. When we are using the as user keyword, we are basically telling Salesforce that, hey, just check if current user under which this current execution context is running, if this user has necessary object and necessary field permissions, okay, to do this DML operation. Salesforce will check and see that Pink Elephant doesn't have edit access on amount, okay, because as you can see, this is the Pink Elephant's profile and they do not have edit access on amount. Okay, so Salesforce will check it and it will say, no, you cannot do this DML because you don't have access on amount field and you are trying to populate it, so you cannot modify this field, so it will throw error. Okay, so this is running in user mode. User mode means you are respecting object and field level security. By default, as I mentioned also in previous video, Apex is running in system mode by default. So if you delete this, it will run in system mode. But when you are specifying this keyword as user, then it's running in user mode. Okay? And if I click create new opportunity, you can see I'm receiving a new, I'm receiving the error. You do not have necessary access on following fields. Amount. So just one field, which is amount, which I don't have necessary access to. However, if I get rid of this, it will run in system mode. Okay. Let me refresh the page and create opportunity, and no errors. I don't have success message here, sorry for that. However, we can validate that this was created indeed. So test opportunity without user mode. I was testing this before actually recording video. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. So yeah, record was indeed created and opportunity owner is Pink Elephant. Yeah, because the code now ran into system mode. However, if I revert this back, we will start seeing the same error, of course, because it will run now in user mode. In user mode, we cannot do the following operation. Okay. So also you can use. Oh, okay. Before I move on to next thing, I want to explain also a little bit about error handling here. So I'm using here getDML field names method of DML exception class, and I'm passing here 0 and why I do this. So getDML field names is returning errored fields, okay, fields on which errors were thrown, and those fields are associated with the row of which index is passed in this method. Okay, so let me explain it in a more simple way. Let's suppose, so imagine you are not inserting only one record, but you are inserting like a list of opportunity, right? Some list, right? New list, or maybe, yeah, new list, opportunity, and you have here, let's say, opportunity 1, opportunity 2, whatever, right? Opportunity 3. Let's say you have here some records, so multiple records. Then what would you do, right? So then you would get the number of failed rows. Okay, so how many records failed while trying to insert them, right? So you would get it by another method which will return integer. So number of failed rows equals to exception dot get num DML. So this will return how many rows in total from the list you are trying to insert failed. So let's say 10 records of your list failed. Then you would write loop integer. Oops, I thought I was in JavaScript. Number of rows I++. So then you would do something like this, and you would pass. So now I actually on each iteration so on the first iteration it is 0, so it will check errored fields on first element of your list, okay, and if there are some errored fields it will return the list of fields which have errors. In this case it would be amount. Maybe you have errors on other fields as well, like I don't know, some custom field, I don't really know, like let's say or let's say actually quantity field, and so on, right? So I don't know, whatever you could have here, apple or orange or whatever field, right? And you would get all the fields on which there was error for specified index, and this index corresponds to the element in the list, okay? However, since I'm not using lists, in this case I'm not using list, I'm just trying to insert one single record, then I just passed 0 and it works like this, okay? Yeah, then it works like this. So if I have single record, if I just pass here 0, then it will return errored fields for that one record which I'm trying to insert, okay? And it will return list, and then I'm transforming it into the string, and I'm constructing the error message, okay? That's it. Whew. Okay, so instead of this syntax you could also use database insert, and then you could mention here access level user mode, and this would give you same result. By the way, here you can also handle errors differently with the help of database save result. You can call get errors method on save result and handle errors like this, but this error handling will also work fine, okay, in this case. So let's deploy this, okay, and refresh and create new opportunity, and yeah, we have same error message. All right. And also I want to show you one more thing. I want to demonstrate how you can use also security class, or which is built-in class in Apex. So let's do this. S-object access decision. I will explain what this means, right? Access decision equals to security strip inaccessible, and access check type would be access type dot updatable, and source records, this accepts the list opportunity. Okay, so what this is doing. So S-object access decision, we are creating the instance of S-object access decision class, right? And here what will be returned, right? What will be returned there? So security built-in class has this strip inaccessible method, which accepts the enum value, so updatable in this case, and this is also built-in class, you can say, right? Access type. So here basically you are passing the access type. You can pass readable, updatable, right? Or like I think creatable, upsertable. Let me actually Google it and show it to you, right? So you can see by yourself. Access type, Apex, yeah. Yeah, you can see creatable, readable, updatable, upsertable. So yeah, this will check if you have like create, if current user has create access. Okay, check the fields of a S-object for create access. This will check for read access, update access, and upsertable access, right? Yeah, in this case we are checking if against updatable access. Okay, so we are checking the source records against the access type which we are passing here. Okay, in this case against updatable. So if any record from our list will not pass the check against this access type, then the fields which are not passing the check, they will be stripped from the records. Okay, and I will show it to you. Okay, let me do this firstly, so I can create here new opportunity record. Let me call it stripped opportunity equals to access decision get records, and let me grab, so this returns the list, so let me grab the first element, get records 0, so first element, and yeah, and oh, by the way, this will return S object, so I have to convert it to opportunity. So I have to cast it in opportunity because this returns list of S objects, okay? And let me do system debug, stripped opportunity. Okay, stripped opportunity, and yeah, let's print it. I hope I don't have any errors. Yep, okay. So let me refresh this. Let me refresh, and I have actually opened the incognito window here, and I have set up debug log for ping elephant user. And let me delete the previous logs and get back to here, and now click create opportunity. Refresh this. Okay, let's see what we got printed. Stripped opportunity. Name, stage name, close date. Where is the amount? Amount is stripped because, as I mentioned, the strip inaccessible method will strip the fields which did not pass the check against the access type which we passed in strip inaccessible method. So we passed updatable, and amount, it didn't pass the exam, it didn't pass the check because current user. So basically strip inaccessible, right, the security class is checking for the current user, right, and current user doesn't have access, doesn't have editable access, like update access on amount field. That's why then strip inaccessible will strip the field. If I say here readable, it shouldn't strip anything because Pink Elephant has read access on amount field. Okay, let me go back here and refresh, and meanwhile I will delete this debug log. Okay, and create opportunity. And now let me refresh the page. Okay, here we are. View. Control F. Right. So amount is back here because now amount field passed the check, right? Because current user has access to read the amount field, right? So it wasn't stripped. So basically that's how you can use this. So if you have here updatable like this, and now then you have to like create a new record, for example, or I could also do this. Okay, so assign this to the previous variable, assign the stripped version to previous variable, and now even if I use the user mode, I should still be able to insert it, right? So let's name it user mode. No, it will be with user mode now. Test opportunity using strip inaccessible deploy. If you're doing change in Apex, basically if you even don't refresh this page, it will still work, but I'm used to, because it's working frequently, but I'm used to refresh anyway. Okay, create new opportunity, and let me copy the name, and now we should still see the record, new record. Here it is, because what happened is that we stripped now inaccessible fields. So we've stripped the amount, and now even in user mode we don't have any problem because we had problem only with amount, right? So whatever we had, so we had the problem with amount, and even if there are multiple fields and they do not pass the check, all of them will be stripped, okay? And then you will be able to insert them, okay? But you have to get the record from access decision get records method, right? Because if you use like directly the old opportunity to insert, this is not actually stripped, okay? So if I use this, I will still encounter the error, right? Because it's not stripped. So you have to use the stripped version, which you are getting from access decision, which is the result of stripping your records, right? So that's all what I want to discuss. I hope you understood the concept. If you don't understand anything, something actually, so if there is anything you don't understand, please feel free to ping me on LinkedIn or comment in comment section, whatever, right? And I will answer it to you. So if you liked the video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon and share this video to your friends and colleagues which are in Salesforce ecosystem. Thanks for watching and bye bye. See you in next video.